rice cooker extraordinaire.
So I got a rice cooker for my birthday from my folks, which I was excited about. We tried it a week ago. It was okay. I got some tips from my mom, and it turned out way better tonight. So
mom tips are always important.
yes.
Well, and what the tip was basically rinse the rice more.
Right.
And it was really good when we made it last week. And we sidetracked. We talked about getting a rice cooker. No, we didn't. Junior got a rice cooker. Told us how great it was, and we're like, what is a 20-year-old now that is in his own little place in the cheap apartments doing his thing. He's doing well. But
how much rice are we gonna eat?
And we'll talk about how much rice we're gonna eat in a minute, or at least how much rice I'm gonna eat. But yeah, it was amazing tonight.
It was good.
Like Chinese restaurant, good rice. So we decided to eat dinner before we did this. So yeah, and we're not in the gym, we're in the house because it's been raining for like 6 weeks here on and off a lot. And it was 97 this afternoon, the humidity was about 97%. So I stand in the garage and sweat before I even work out. So, and yeah, I'm having a glass of wine because we said screw it. All my blood work was fine. We went to Vegas. We didn't really party in Vegas. We survived Vegas.
No, we
Saw a lot of stuff.
maintained. It was good.
What, according to our watches, we walked about 10 miles a day. My brother-in-law Herb's what, 79. He was kind of our chauffeur, and Herb's older than my sister by quite a bit. They're married. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Herb's a crazy driver. I'm a crazy driver from Detroit. Drive around Dallas. I can be crazy. I'm not always crazy.
He's a Dallas driver for sure.
Well, he's wow. We were like holding on for dear life sometimes, but we got where we had to go every time.
Made it to the casino.
Yeah. Sometimes it was more thrilling than the casino. Certainly scarier than the casino. Oh, my sister will watch this.
Some of that people watching was pretty scary.
I haven't been to Vegas in 20 years, give or take, or 30 years, give or take. And, whew, wow. We used to get handed cards on the strip. Now there's naked people on the strip with paint, but I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And marijuana's legal there, even what's it called? It's not, you don't have to have a prescription for it.
Right.
You
not
want
medical.
it, it's not medical, you go have fun. I mean,
and you smelled it 24 hours
well,
a day.
I came back to work and everybody's like, well, how was it? I'm like, well, I hope I don't get popped for a random DOT drug test because who knows how much I inhaled, whether I wanted to or not. Downtown
it was
Friday
everywhere.
night was, wow. I mean, at one point Eric was like, I got a headache. It was pretty potent. And you know what? Even before it was legal, if that's what you want to do, I don't judge. But
It
walking
wasn't around regular smoke either.
No, not at all. And
it was just way
you
different
typically
for
can't
us.
smell my drink if I walked by you with the drink. Like it was pretty potent.
Yeah.
So, and it was a young crowd, or maybe we're just getting old. I don't know. I hate to admit that. But anyhow, we survived. Saw lots of cool stuff. Did a little gambling. Went to a nice steakhouse for dinner one night.
Ate a lot.
Yeah. And we did not work out. We left Friday morning. My brother-in-law, great guy, he knows we work out every day. He's like, well, here's the gym at the place we're staying. And I kind of told him, I said, you know what, we're taking Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I'm not going to touch a weight. I'm going to give my joints some time to heal up and relax a little bit. So that's what we did. We flew back Monday morning. We went to the airport. There was
Waited for forever because we had a big storm in Dallas, so they grounded us for a bit.
Yeah.
So, but then we came home and then we worked out.
We were home by 3:30 at the house.
After we talked to my folks.
Eric's folks stayed with the girls, they left, and we changed. Worked out. 'Cause that's
What we did.
We were tired, but we still gotta have a decent workout in, just to get back in our routine. I don't like, I was fine with missing 3 days, but I would have been kind of upset if I missed Monday. So,
We
And
did
then-
get lots of walking in.
yeah, we walked a lot.
Lots of walking.
I gained about 7 pounds in 3 days though. Oh man, and drinks in Vegas, okay. The first place we stopped to get a drink, we'd been there for a few hours and we were a little parched, and I'm like, well, here's the place we can get a drink. Eric's like, I'll have a beer. What'd you have?
Miller Lite.
Miller Lite or whatever, and I'm like, well, I'll have my old usual. I'll have Red Bull and vodka. So, and now it was probably a triple pour vodka, so I got to give him credit for that. But I get my vodka and Red Bull and the beer, and $35. And this wasn't at a pool. I've heard the pool prices were crazy because we watched some videos and stuff on YouTube before we left. But I was like, dang. Of course, 2 days later, we found the Wahlberg's little beer stand in front of the Wahlberg's place, 6 blocks down. That's got 2 beers for $5. Ding.
A little late, but
So,
worked for that evening.
when in Rome or Las Vegas, different than it used to be.
We were in Rome for a while. At Caesar's Palace.
Yes. The displays in the Bellagio that Erica was insistent we go see, I was like, holy shit, I'm glad we went to see this. It was amazing. The water show up front was cool, but the stuff inside, in my opinion,
Yeah, the floral
was
display.
a freaking amazing. If you go to Vegas and you like seeing things at all, hands down, that you walk in, it's free. It was amazing.
We went early because we're on Texas time to some extent, a little bit earlier.
My clock reset and I was up at 4:30 in the morning.
But like hardly anybody was there, so it was really nice to go early.
Yes.
So
The only thing that really upset me was I get up at 4:30 in the morning. Everybody's sleeping. I'm like, that's fine. And the place we stayed in had a kitchen and everything, but I didn't want to make a bunch of noise. I'm like, I'll just put my shorts, my shoes on, and I'll walk up to the Flamingo. And there's 2 Dunkin' Donuts and 2 or 3 Starbucks up there. I'll get a coffee. And by the time I got dressed and walked up there, it was a little after 5. But I'm like, this is Vegas. Everything was closed. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, this is Vegas. Nothing closes. Everything's no. It's that one up there opens at 6:30. So I'm like, well, it's 5 o'clock. So I walked back, made a coffee. I'm all age, I'm spoiled. I like my Dunkin' Donuts coffee with cream and sugar. So I went back later and got one, but a little perturbed at 5 in the morning when I couldn't get one.
it was a little different because of COVID. Or so
Yeah,
it said.
but it was pretty. It's past COVID there. Like there was, I mean, all the signs were, if you've been vaccinated, you know, you don't have to wear a mask if you haven't wear one. But nobody was wearing a mask, and I'm pretty sure
Not everyone.
a good percentage of those people weren't vaccinated. I mean, to each their own. I try not to argue that thing very much. I have my opinion, and you can have yours, and let's not argue about it. So.
But yeah, tables were all open. It was full tables, no partitions. Or
No, the
anything like
craps
that.
tables at night were assholes to elbows, pretty much like it used to be. The etiquette at the craps tables wasn't like it used to be after 30 years, because the younger crowd. But I had a couple decent rolls. One really good roll one night. We left more there than we came home with, but it was entertainment money. So yeah, it was fun. And then since back in the groove for the past week, working out, and yeah. I haven't gotten on the scale in a couple days, but I'm pretty sure I'm down at least 3 of the 5 or 7 pounds that I gained.
I'm sure you are.
Switching up the routine a little bit. I kind of got some goals for this fall and winter. Not going to put too much out there, but I'm going to get leaner than I've been in probably 30 years. That's my plan. fall goes as well, I'll keep you updated, but the journey's gonna be interesting. Like, there's gonna be a lot of chicken and rice in my diet.
That rice cooker will come in handy.
Yeah, it's gonna be busy. We'll leave that at that, but yeah. And we may start, I'm horrible about posting video stuff of us working out, as far as actually doing it, but I probably should, just to see the change. It's for myself as well. And if I start working with my buddy who's gonna help me out with this, I'll get together with Dave probably once a week, once a couple more months go by. And yeah. Be a 51-year-old freak show. Not really a freak show, but it takes me to another topic that we talked about on our walk about a week ago. The whole losing weight and how people go about it. Diet pills, tummy tucks, all this stuff. I don't care what you do. I mean, I know the diet pills, I've seen people have results with those, but then as soon as they go off them, it goes away. And everything I know about them is they aren't the healthiest alternative for the long term. And the tummy tuck thing, like, when we first met, Erica brought it up, and I'm like, well, you know, you can do that, but if you don't put in the work, like, if you're bigger now than you want to be, you get that done, you'll be happy for a little while, but if you don't change your habits, you don't change your work ethic in the gym, or going for a walk, or yoga, or swimming, or whatever it is that you do, your body's gonna, if you keep taking in the same amount of calories and not expending any more calories, you're gonna go right back to where you were. And gravity's still gravity, and we can argue it 100 different ways, but I'm not saying don't do it, but don't expect diet pills or surgery, or if you're not willing to put in the work to make the change, it's not gonna matter. So I started this journey when my blood work was a little messed up. I weighed about 245. Before we left for Vegas, I was down to 220, about 227 when we got back, and I knew that would be the case. I didn't give a shit in Vegas. We ate Guy Fieri's, and
Yeah.
it was great. You know, it was breaded or fried or had a bun. That was my plan for those days. I'm pretty sure if I get on the scale right now, I just probably ate 3 cups of rice and 3 chicken thighs and a couple glasses of wine. I bet you I'm under 224. And by the end of the week, I'll be probably 221. And I'm gonna get down to 205.
You'll be skinny.
So I'm gonna have lost 40 pounds when this is done.
Right.
So it'll be kind of fun. We had the rower. I got a groin issue. It's not a hernia. Went to the doc, and I pulled something squatting heavy a few months ago, and I have a hard time taking too much time off, but it's been getting a little better slowly. The rower kind of aggravated it, so I sold the rower. I bought a treadmill so that I could start getting up a half an hour earlier than I already get up. I'm gonna start getting up at, instead of 4:30, I'm gonna get up at like 3:50 and do at least 20 minutes on the treadmill at least 3 times a week now. Eventually it'll be 7 days a week. Then we'll do our workout, our 2-mile walk, and if I have to get down to the 205, by the time I want to, I'll probably start doing 30 minutes to an hour on the treadmill in the evening as well. Just kind of old school, put the hoodie on, fire up the treadmill, put the incline up, and go. All without trying to lose too much muscle mass. And that's, if you're an old guy that watches this, or I consider myself an old guy at this point, probably my biggest struggle right now, I can lose the body fat if I put my mind to it, but keeping the muscle on is harder than it was when I was 20, 30, 40 years old. Like, it seems like it just deteriorates a lot quicker. So I'm gonna work on that. Before we left for a couple weeks, we were doing pretty much full body workouts, trying to drop the weight and tone up, but that's just too much on my joints. So, gonna do chest and biceps one day, back and triceps another day, then legs, then repeat that. So it'll be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that routine, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, that routine, and Sunday I'll do shoulders on their own, because they get enough abuse, other than once a week when I do chest and back. And my shoulders probably give me just as much or more problems than even my knees do at this point, so. Yeah. Crazy lady had a melanoma, or 2 pre-melanomas. She had one where they had to dig some out of her arm the other day. So she's a couple weeks from doing anything with that arm, and as soon as that one's filled up, they're gonna take the one out of the other arm. So she's kinda grumpy because she's about a month from doing almost any upper body work. And she did legs like 3 days in a row. She's like, my legs are kinda sore. I'm like, maybe you need to take a day off.
I don't like taking the day off.
She's stubborn like a mule. Y'all that know us think I'm stubborn. She might be worse about some things. But she didn't
So
take.
I'm having to change my routine too, so, for at least a couple of weeks.
So what you gonna do, bike in the morning and treadmill in the afternoon? No, bike in the morning.
Treadmill in the morning, and then bike in the afternoon when you're working out, and
And then go for a walk with me. So she's gonna be the cardio queen.
And then when it's leg day, I'll do legs.
So she's gonna look like Barbie doll in like 2 months
Oh my
because
God.
of all the cardio.
That'll be-
Her arms are gonna disappear though. She got the pretty good guns, but a month, man.
Yeah, I
Your
can
arms
do
are
this
gonna be-
arm for a little bit.
See, you're just as bad as me.
I can't do this.
I've rubbed off on her a little bit.
Then I can work this.
Oh, and the other day though, she's telling me I could do a little bit. I'm like, huh? I'm like, I know some other idiot in this house that does stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure your doctor told you not to. So,
Pretty sure he did.
I mean, I've told you if you watched the one where my doctor told me don't do anything, and I was doing the dumbbell with my, but again, I don't give medical advice. Don't do what I do. So.
I'm gonna try to listen to it. I don't wanna pop a stitch.
So she can't work out as much. Maybe she'll actually shoot some pics and some videos of some workouts for the next week or two. Because I keep thinking we need to do that. If all goes as planned, I think it could be the beginning of maybe a new business venture. So, but anyhow, hope everybody had a great week and weekend. Anything else? Last drink until we go to Galveston with the kids. I'll need a couple drinks when we go to Galveston with the kids. But that's not for 3 weeks? 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah. Everybody have a good evening, and we'll catch you next time, probably from the gym. I know you're not used to seeing me dressed like this, or with a glass of wine. Addison Tuttle, if you watch this, remember when we used to laugh at people that drank wine? But here I am, 50 plus, having some wine.